We spent a lot of money really upfront trying to kind of dive into having that AI technology, look at how we quote and how we find areas to really flourish in. Key example is California. So last year, big event in California, huge wildfires. We had minimal losses in that area, and we had homes all throughout the fire area. And we attribute that to kind of the technology that we kind of invested in up front, that kind of heavy AI to look and say, hey, here's all these homes that typical insurers like a farmers may pass on. But we're willing to take that risk because we feel like it's not as much risk as they do. And we've done a really good job with that. So that's kind of been the key to our blueprint, is really leaning into technology and believing in that.
One of the hardest, but also one of the most rewarding parts about growing fast as a company is building really strong and tight relationships with your supply chain and strategic partners. For Momentous, we've been able and lucky to have partners within the supply chain where we've started the business from day one and scaled all the way up to where we are today with the exact same contract manufacturing partners. They've been incredibly important and integral to enabling growth, fast reorder times, and is building long-lasting relationships with high-quality suppliers that share the same standards as Momentous.
I think when you start a company, you are focused so much on just like the day-to-day execution, keeping the lights on, making sure all the different spaces and areas of the business get done and get done well. And as we've grown, we've been able to actually hire specialists and people who can go deep in strategic decisions of these specific categories rather than, just trying to grow as fast as we can and see what sticks and find product market fit. And now that we have been able to do that, it's awesome to see people going deep in their areas of expertise and really creating value. And I've been able to step out of like the day-to-day operations and more into a role and a position that allows me to see like at a higher level how Leland is presented to the world.
It's hard when you're motivated by peering into the future to actually celebrate a win, right? That's a tough motivator. But one of the things as we do so is we've been having this moment of like what I call fist pump Fridays. Because when we first started, it was rough. Like we started in October 2021. And if you remember, the market crashed essentially starting in January of 22. And so what we started doing is celebrating all these little wins, Fist Pump Friday, and we can see how we can build on that, scale on that into the future. Those are the things that kind of pump me up, is like this foundation can be built on now. It's sturdy enough to really take it to the next level.
Our story is a little bit different. So we started in St. George, Utah, a little southern Utah community with, again, a vision to break the barriers of indoor golf. Most of us that sit in the roles of being a staff member at the back nine left safe, comfortable jobs to chase this dream that we all have. I spent over a decade as a physical therapist and always had a passion for golf and wanted to jump in to see is there something more that we can maybe do in that industry to help people still like I was doing as a PT, but help people improve their game and again, just grow their love of golf. And so I actually became the first official franchisee 3.5 years ago. And now we have well over 500 that are part of our network.
The hardest part about growing this fast, first of all, it was very exciting. It's exactly what we wanted, and we knew we could do it. But when it comes down to doing it, you see the strain it has on people. We're also concerned about any impact it would have on our culture if, we would have too much of a short-term mentality and lose what we really wanted most, which was a long-term company. But we were able to do that, and the primary business model for many years was development. Everyone discouraged us from going into manufacturing because they had a sense for how big it would be. I was grateful, and my partner Chris was grateful for that warning because it helped ensure us that we hired the right people to do it. Knowing that that was a weakness in our skill set, we hired the best people in the industry. But we wouldn't be where we were now if we'd not made that decision. Development was incredible, it was exciting, personally rewarding, but not scalable. Now we have a scaled manufacturing entity that has grown quickly and is set for further growth.
As a society, 15 years ago, we started giving kids phones and platforms that were built for adults, and it's been destroying our young people. And Troomi exists to fight that problem. All of our growth is really entrenched in our mission. So our mission is to protect childhood. When parents buy a Troomi product for their kids, they're really joining a movement. So on one end of the spectrum, parents can give their kids a wide open iPhone that can do anything and everything. And on the other end of the spectrum, there are some things that have come out that are so locked down that they're just not practical. And Troomi really tries to hit the middle ground, something that's as safe as possible and provide parents with maximum visibility into what their kids are doing and how their kids are doing.
For our growth, like we've gone through many different stages, I would say. I'd say, there's this initial get the business off the ground. We have this idea, it's something we care about and believe in. And, we got to that point and then we built a small team and got it to, and I'd say going from 0 to 1 and then 1 to 2. And now we're in this third, growth stage where we employ, we have a, 50-person corporate team, and we have, people that we work with all around the globe and hundreds of customers across the US. And we're entering into this kind of third, mature stage, but we're still trying to keep the pedal to the metal and keep growing at the same rates that we've grown in the past, which gets harder and harder, but it's a fun challenge, to take on each and every day.
The advice I give to an aspiring leader or aspiring entrepreneur is really be the best. Be flawless. Try and build something that is really meaningful for your guests, and don't just rest on your laurels being the only nonstop in a market. Say, okay, we want to be the only nonstop on the market. We want to cancel your flight never. We want to be the most on-time airline in the country. We want to have the best people serving you on our flights. We want to have the newest airplanes. We want to give you choice inside the aircraft. And then give your people the tools they need to create something that's exceptional in everything that they do. Don't settle for second or third. Just really be the best at everything you do.
My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. Entire time she was going through breast cancer, she always had a blanket with her. She, over those years, realized how we associated that blanket with her, and it became very much her to us. Like before she passed, she actually had that same blanket replicated 5 different times, and she did this in secret. She did it when she was very sick, and she actually wrote personal notes to each of me and my siblings. And then after her funeral, we found these boxes in her bedroom, and inside the box was this blanket she had replicated with a note to us, basically giving her life advice and explaining that these blankets were to be there for us. And she signed it, Love Lola.